Good morning. I'm in Barnstable Museum. It's a free museum and it's full of amazing things. Take a look at some of these things. So going through the ages, the first thing I've noticed is this skeleton here, which, if you look at the thickness of his legs and knees, mine are that thick with my skin on. This guy must have been a pretty big guy in his time. But over here, look, you've got Stone Age tools. Well, 3,700 year old. And this wonderful ball which they've managed to keep intact or put back into tact, complete. And these Bronze Age tools. Now these would be a wonderful addition to any coin collector's set. Look at these. £5 coins from 2012, gold. There's 4 of them there. And then there's another set over here. They're all gold. 2014, gold proof coin set. Wow. Is there anybody who's scared of spiders and beetles and things like that? Look at all these. Okay, they're butterflies. You don't have to be scared of them, but come on this side. Okay, still butterflies. Don't be scared, don't be scared. But come down here. Whoa, look at that one. Where's that one? Look at the size of that. Right, that's my full hand span. That's a good... If that was straight, that would be about 18 inches. And then you've got some big spiders here. But this is a beast. Look at the size of that. Tarantula from South America, my full span. That's about 8 inches. That's a Goliath beetle. And here you have a scorpion. Again, pretty big, pretty big. Pretty big. Let's move on. Let's move on. So here's a good question for you all. What are these 2 items? Let's call them A and B. And leave your comments in the video, in the description. In the comments, and let's see who is right. Because I don't recognise any of them. It does say on the back over here that there is a skirt lifter. Now I have found a skirt lifter in Germany and I can only imagine that is the skirt lifter, but not ornamental or decorative like the one I found. And here you have a sword from the British Civil War, 1642 to 1646. But look at the shape of that. Now, if you needed to grab that quickly, you would have to put your hand through there to grab it. So if you're at war, that's useless. That must have only been like a ceremonial thing, because it's just not practical, is it? That one, on the other hand, is a bit more practical. This is the section of pots. You know, like art. I have to admit, that's quite good. That's pretty good. I'll give them that. That's art. That's not, that's just a fat bloke. Good morning and welcome. Today I'm at somewhere called Saltram House. I think that's what it's called. This is where they filmed the most girly film of all time. Danny's favourite film as well. It's called Sense and Sensibility. It even looks feminine from the outside. It's a very famous book. They've made a film or 2. Yeah, it's like a girly colour, girly shape. There's a lot of girliness about it. But we're going to go inside at 11 o'clock. I came here at 11:15, but it turned out my watch was wrong on my phone. My clock was wrong and it was 10:15. So I've got to hang around for 45 minutes, but I'll take you inside and we'll have a good look. Okay, so I've just walked into the entrance of the house here. And I said to the guide here, how low are these handles? They're about less than 2 feet high. And she's explained that it's so that the footman, how can I explain this? When he went to open the door, he was bowing as people came in. And one of the things in the job description was he had to have very nice calves. How interesting. Okay, I'm learning as I'm going around now. The Jacobean alphabet, if you've heard of it, I'm amazed. I certainly haven't. But you've got this table here. It's got the alphabet going all the way around, but there's actually 2 letters missing, which are the V and the J. And the guide thinks it's so that they only had to have 12 drawers, because it would be much harder to make a 13-drawer table. Very interesting. Okay, we've got a sienna marble table here. But look at this, this is 18th century. You've actually got ammonite fossils in there. There's one there, there's one there. And you've even got fossils in the tiles. Down there. Right, I'm going to get this wrong now. Look at this amazing fireplace here. It's stunning. And you've got this here. Now this is the story of Androcles, who I've never heard of. You might have done. But this guy basically met a lion who had a thorn in its paw, pulled it out, and later on the Romans caught him, threw him in the lion's den, but the lion didn't eat him because it was the same lion who had helped. So in the top corner of this room, you've got the elements. You've got fire up there. Over here you've got water. Up here you have got earth. No, help me out. Air. And this one is earth. So that's the 4 elements. Apparently a Chinese lady came in last week and says, no, there's 5. There's actually metal as well. So they class metal as one in China. But as we know, there's 117 elements. I didn't know that, to be honest with you, but my guide just told me. I've just stepped into the library now. Now you Americans are going to love this. Guess how old the oldest book is in here? 1493. Right, it's printed in Latin and German and it's called the Nuremberg Chronicles. 1493. Wow. There's also a book in here. We can't find it at the moment, but it's the account of the trial of the mutiny on the Bounty, and it was actually banned because it gave too much information on how to start a mutiny, basically. And here you have 2 books from 1781. The Natural History of Carolina. Now, 2 identical books sold in Sotheby's auction for £250,000. Unbelievable. And there's 2 of them in here. So here we've got a very, very early copy of Pride and Prejudice. Here it is, I can see the word prejudice there. So that's from Georgian times. Now, Jane Austen, you're going to like this in America. Jane Austen wrote, based Darcy, some people believe, on this guy up here. First Earl of Morley. John Parker III. And it was painted by Gilbert Stuart, an American artist, who also painted a portrait of Lincoln on the dollar bill. You'll like that in America. So the same guy who did the Lincoln actually did that.
This was my library.
Okay, so we've got a painting here from William Tonkin. This is from 1770. Now, you can hardly see this because of the lighting, but you see the 2 guys there blowing horns? The horns are here, look. How wonderful is that, to have the painting of them actually blowing them. Unfortunately, only the west wing is open at this time of year because they've got a lot of decorating and things to do. But that's just a, just a little snippet of the house for you. Very interesting it was too. As I say, it's in Sense and Sensibility. I'm converted, I'll be honest with you. I've always thought it was a girl's film, a girl's book. But the guides inside have convinced me that it's not. So tonight, well, I'm not going to read the book, I'm too busy. I will watch the film tonight, and I suggest you do. Sense and Sensibility. And I would just like to say, just in case any of the guides do see this, thank you very much, because you were very, very helpful and very knowledgeable. Loved it. Thanks for joining me, guys. See you when I see you, where I see you. Not sure what's going on next. See you later. Bye-bye.
If you'd like to donate to Rays of Sunshine, simply click the link in the description below and don't forget to subscribe to this channel.